I say this, like it wouldn't be beneficial if the money wasn't there, right? Like
You're right.
is we're doing this because we see a path of not only that being able to, represent the culture, represent, our families, represent, whatever it is that we want to represent, and also ultimately have some success. But
Exactly.
what also it is showing another way, because a lot of the times our community really focuses on the entertainment and the athletes and stuff like that, and you and I
Misconceptions and
have
those.
you and I have been there. We've been athletes and stuff like that, not professional, at least not me, but we've
No,
gone down that path as well, and then you also see the amount of money that these guys make at the athletic and entertainment space as well. And then you also have get exposure to the amount of money that they make in the tech sector. And you say, oh shit, like I see why there's so
yep,
many people who are millionaires or billionaires, and we highlight these guys. Nah, but
right.
there's a lot of us who are here as well. These are the guys who need to be highlighting as well too,
Ex-
right? And
Exactly.
that's tech money, and that's really balling out. And when you are able to just go and drop, $10,000 on a dinner one night and not even flinch, right? And
Not think twice about it.
not think twice about it. It's big time, and that's people in tech. I see it happen. It's easily happen. You can make a whole bunch of money. You can take care of your family, and it's quiet money. You don't have to worry about being known, and all
Hmm.
this other stuff. And you can do that working in a corporation. You can do that
Corporation.
working in a corporation as well too. So I love to talk about that piece of it. You can talk about the money piece of it too, Carlos. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's definitely life changing, and like, I think it's fair that our youth know that because we got everyone. Well, not majority of our kids are running towards this one door. Like you say, entertainment or athleticism, and they're all trying to run through this door. And we all know how doors work. Everyone can't fit through this. Some are going to fall to the wayside. Some going to get trampled. Some going to get left behind when it closes. And I think it's as untapped that well, listen, there's people, our business class working in tech, who are like crushing it. Like I mean, literally crushing it. Like I said, a life of no worrying. Like yeah, I live comfortably, very, 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 very. I make more than I don't even like. I don't even know how to put it in perspective without trying to I guess what flex too hard,
Yep.
but like it's mind blowing. Like I thought that once I reach six figures, like I broke that six figure. I think like I said, I was what it was 2017. I look at it, it was I did 107 that year. And I was just like, yes, I made the goal. Like all your problems in. And then once you get there, you look around and you see people like, oh, okay, they're 150, they're 200, they're 300. I'm just like, oh, this is the room I'm in.
Right.
Oh, I want to play now. I want to play with this. Like that's why I never got a complaint. I never just got to that point. I was just like, yo, this is okay. When I got that room, I was just like looking around. I was just like, yo, this ceiling is huge. This house is big, and there's just like, and then like the recent news came out with Amazon saying they doubled our double base pay
Yep.
to 350 to corporate and tech workers. Like I was sitting there, I was like, oh, they're talking to me. This is me. This is me. So you can I make more now? Like that's what I was going crazy. I was just like, oh, listen. I was like, I came home. I was like, babe, they say this right here. Listen, I'm finna execute. Like I promise you. I was like, man, by the time you give me 3 to 5 years, I was like, I'm gonna max out there and I'm gonna let these stocks ride. I'm gonna go crazy. And it's like I said, it's just out there. And I think it's just a misconception, and just like our culture kind of, they think like a 9 to 5 work is I guess not worth it. Yeah,
I guess
I don't know
for
too
them.
many people. I guess I was about to say, for maybe for them, like I don't know too many people that what I mean. Like when I get my check cut, like it's good. It's more than good. Like my take home is ridiculous. Like it's ridiculous.
Hey, Carlos,
It affords. We
it's
go
it's
Turks and Caicos, Jamaica. We're in the bungalows, private island. Like it's ridiculous. It's
I
good.
agree. I agree.
You don't want it, then all right. I don't. Cool. I was like, hey,
Without trying to brag on it, right? And I think a lot of people that watch this channel, they've seen the numbers, and I've been pretty transparent about what you can do being in sales and being in tech, right? Because I love to talk about that sort of stuff, and then I've even shared it with sometimes coaching clients as well, just to show them that the possibility. They'd be like, Antoine, you really did that last year? And it's like, yeah, here's a W-2. Here's my last
Yeah,
pay
that's
slip,
right. I
right?
look on Social Security, so because I'm an earner, I'm a W-2 employee. It's reported. Like, I
Exactly.
pull it up. Yeah, it's right there.
Exactly. It's right there, right? And then, and I want to share that because, I think to be in 1% in the United States, I think it's like 488,000, something like that, right?
Mhm.
Where, you know, it comes to a point when you're making a good amount of money to where that's a bad year for certain people. That's a bad year for
Yeah.
certain people, right? And then when you're on your way to that club, when you're on your way to
Mhm.
that club or you're already in it, you just know that there's a lot of opportunity because, as you said, that ceiling is huge. That
Feeling's
ceiling
huge.
is huge, especially when you see gentlemen like Andy Jassy, who runs Amazon, 212 million last year. I mean, like
Exactly.
it just insane money, right?
That's
And then you got
insane.
to think
What do you
about
do with
that.
that?
What do you do with that? And then you see, people who are at the VP level and director level who are, right under him, clearing things like 22 mil or,
Mhm.
1.8 mil or, 900 and, 80,000. You
Some
say,
big,
God damn,
some
I'm only
ridiculous
like,
numbers.
right, I'm only like four levels away from these guys. And I'm still young
Exactly.
and I'm probably going to get there a lot faster than they are anyway. And I'm like, shit,
And that's what I realized.
right?
That was what I realized. I was like, because the hunger is still there.
Yep.
That's why I was like, when I saw that, I was just like, oh yeah, that's doable. Like I'm literally like those are the steps I'm walking in. Those are the positions that I lock in, and I look at those people, and I do just get an idea or a target. Okay, what kind of things were they involved in? What kind of athletes do they bring to the table? What kind of experience do they have? And that's what you kind of use to model where the position you're going. I always tell people, it's like, hey, identify the role that you want. A lot of my
Mm,
team, they're looking into software development and stuff. Like, okay, well, go through it, look at the basic and look at the preferred, then find someone and see what they have, and just be like, okay, hey, these are some things I might need to work on to get to that spot. And I
mm,
was like, I do it myself as a manager. I was like, if I see the role that I want next, I'm like, okay, hey, this is what it looks like. Hey, this is what the PD says, and this is what this person has. This is what their offense, what they bring to the table. And I use that as a kind of like a gauging stick and a measuring stick of where I need to go and what kind of things I need to look forward to.
right.
Um, and yeah, that
That's
it
how you
serves
do
me
it.
numbers, like I said. Yeah, it's right there. It's laid out there. It's just doing that work instead of just like, man, I want that. I'm gonna figure out a way how to get that, and I'm gonna have that.
Well, well, well.
Yeah,
I think the coolest part about being in corporate, and people don't always say this, but you have access to these people, right? Like as you
mhm,
mentioned, if you say, okay, well, I want to be a CEO, there's not like you can't find out a way how to get access to them because you work at that company, and then you can say, okay, well, you know what? This is what his background was. Okay, well, this is what he did. Let me start to kind of you know follow that same path, as you would say, or get
mhm.
some advice from him. I'm like,
Right,
I'm close to my CEO of my company, and I'm telling you right now, the dude does over 7 million a year, right? And it's out there because it's in the public. It's in the SEC. You can go to
right,
8K or 10K and be able to look up the amount of money that these people are making in these companies, and then you say, okay, well, you
right.
know what? He's 53 years old. He's making 7 million a year. This is what his background was in. He got an MBA, or he got a master's, or he went into sales, or he decided he wanted to be a product manager. Then you start to ask those questions. What was it that you did during this point? When was it that you realized that you wanted to be a CEO? What were the skills? What were some of the most pivotal things that you did in your life at that point in time to help you elevate to that level? What was it that you sharpened? And all that information is at your access. At your
One
access.
on ones,
Exactly.
schedule one on ones, and you gotta understand that like people time are busy. So like you said, schedule those one on ones and get it on someone's calendars, and maybe it's like 15 or just 20 minutes, and you have questions lined up to ask them, and just to introduce yourself. Like that is very 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 crucial. I love to schedule those one on ones. Like, hey, I know you're busy, and if they accept it, like okay, and then you go in with questions. You don't go in and be like, oh well, I'm just trying to. You have those questions lined up, and you execute those questions, gain that information, build that rapport, and then you see them again probably another quarter, or you know what I mean, or the 6 months. But that is crucial. Scheduling those one on ones with those people in those places just to get an understanding and more information. And it's like I said, it's all you gotta do is just send the invite or reach out to their assistant and be like, hey, can they available for this? And you will find that a lot of people who sit high up, they want to share information.
They
They
want to.
want to tell you about what they accomplished and what they done. Like they don't mind tooting their own horn. And it's not for you to take all. They're just being arrogant. It's for you to pick their brains, for you to
Yep.
get that earful. Because unless you have someone close to you and your family, like I said, I don't comfort that. I don't have that person up there. Unless you have that relationship with someone in that spot, you need that. And it takes a lot of times of you being able to sit back and listen, actively listen, instead of, trying to just go in there and try to respond more. Hear them out, let them tell their stories, say their marks, and you take what you heard and you write it down and you take it for your own little your own little weaponry, your tool set, and then you go forward from there. And
Yep.
and that's it. And you might have to go through many people. Don't be afraid to reach out. I send people. I saw Ronnie Collins. I saw him on your show.
Yep.
I just reached out to him. I just cold called him, just like tick tick tick. Hey, I saw you. I just want to just have a quick question. I mean, have a quick conversation. Great person. Just
Yep.
just wanted to talk, share information. And that was it. Just call it. I literally call those just breaking the bread and just be like, hey, well, let's. What I mean? Now that I'm more comfortable in myself and being able to communicate, I don't mind reaching out to people. Like I reached out to you, just like, hey, yeah, just want to talk, have a conversation. And so get out of those shells and make those connections and true connections. You will find that you'll meet a lot of great people, great genuine people who care about you, who want to help you, and who want to see you succeed. And then you'll meet some people who just may brush you off to the wayside. But either way, you're fine. You're gonna keep going as long as you got your own passion and drive. But don't be afraid to reach out. They're people just like we are. They're humans. They pull their pants up and they take them off. They go home. They kiss their wife. They kiss their kids. Or kiss. They kiss their husband. They're just people. So just get out of those shells and thinking that, oh well, I can't talk to them, or what I mean. Just have that conversation.
Love it. I love it, man. I love it. And Carlos. So I'm gonna look at the chat real quick. I know we're running. We've been running long. You still got a little bit of time, or you gotta cut out.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just waiting for the fight to come on tonight.
That's what we had for today. I wanted to make sure that we got a chance to introduce Carlos to the world because he's doing some magnificent things, just like many of us, right? And as you guys know, a lot of us we aren't showcased, and this is a channel to showcase the excellence that we have going on and the great people that are doing some fantastic things. And Carlos came through today to drop a whole bunch of game, to share his story and to share his journey as well. And it's inspiring. I'm gonna tell you like this, guy. I say this all the time in my coaching sessions when I get a chance to speak to the people that I'm coaching or the people that are in the Patreon and so forth. I get the motivation. You guys always say that I motivate you, but I'm telling you, man, when I hear stories like this, and I have people like Mr. Nix and Christian and Before the Beans, and I hear these stories about all the good stuff that we're doing. It inspires me. I'm like, oh, I need to keep going. I need to keep going, or I need to be doing this, or I need to learn this, or I need to think about this, right? And when you're surrounded by people who are, in the midst of a journey with excellence and blazing the trail, it's very motivating. And that's what the ladder climbers are about. That's what this group is about. That's what this community is about. That's what this channel is about as well too. So Carlos, I wanted to do this. I wanted to leave you with the last word. Anything you want people to take away? The last thing you want to say to the group?
Yes, last thing, something I said to Anton my first time meeting him. I was like, like iron sharpens iron, but I think as a whole, we're bringing the fire back. We're gonna mold our community just in general. So just everybody keep that in mind. Like find someone and let's just get this flame, just light this flame so bright that it can't be denied. That's all I want. I want to see everybody win, and let's change the narrative. It's
Mm-hmm.
out there for us. It's out there everywhere. So that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate everything, Anton.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you too, guys. And I appreciate you, Carlos, for coming through the show and blessing us with your background, man, your awesomeness, your excellence, man. You're pushing forward. And guys, you know how we do it, man. And until next time, y'all. Peace.